In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to pass numbers into a block of code in Scratch. So our starting point is a previous piece of code we wrote here. And just to remind you what it does, if I click on the green flag, so our character can move left, right, up and down. Also, if he hits a bell, it runs this piece of code here called bell. So what that does, this command bell calls this block or function as it's called, and that block runs all these commands together. What those commands do is they change his color, change his size. They say you've got a bonus for 2 seconds, and then when that's all over, he goes back to normal again down here and goes back to his central position 0, 0 on the screen. Okay, so let's see that in operation. So when he hits the bell, so the word bonus comes up, he changes color, changes size, and then after 2 seconds he goes back to the way he was again, and we can start all over again, hitting the bell again, and so on. Now we're going to add to that, and what we're going to add is an extra feature which includes bonus points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce 2 more characters. So down here, I go in here for example and get 2 new characters. So maybe the dragon here. No, maybe he's far too big as well, so we'll just bring him down to size, maybe 30% of that size. So that's more like it. Okay, maybe 1 more character. So for example, the key. So now we've got a dragon and the key. And what's going to happen is when he can move around the screen, as we saw already, but we're going to add another feature. If he hits the dragon, for example, if he hits the dragon, he's going to get, for example, 10 bonus points. If he hits the key, he gets 50 bonus points. And then when he goes to the bell afterwards, that's added to his the bonus points are added to his total. So that's the way it's going to work. So let's see if we can code that. To start off with bonus points, so we need a variable called bonus points. So come over here, and the variable is called bonus. And we're going to set it to 0 at the start of the game. Set bonus to 0. So this is bonus points that are added, but they're added to a total called points, the points for the overall points for the game. So we need a variable called points as well. And again, we're going to set that to 0 at the start. Now, we need an if statement for the key and the dragon if he hits either of those. So the first one is if he hits, we'll put the bell at the end. Maybe get the bell out of there actually for a moment. So the first one is if he hits the dragon. The second one is if he hits the key. So sensing. So the first one is if touching dragon, and the second one is if touching key. Now, what do we want to happen when we touch the dragon or the key? So what we want to happen is, in the case of the dragon, for example, we go back to variables, we want to set the bonus points to 10. But if he hits the key, we want to set the bonus points to 50, for example. Just make it something different anyway. Now, we can stop there for a sec, just test that much works. So back to here, click the green flag. Now get our character to go left and right, up and down. So if he hits the dragon, it should register 10 bonus points, and it does. You see there in the box on the top left of the screen. Now, if he goes down and hits the key, it should register 50 bonus points. Back up to the dragon, that's 10 again, 10, 50. So depending on which one he hits, it's 10 or 50. So the idea at the moment is he collects the bonus points when he hits the dragon or the key, and then he carries those bonus points to the bell when he hits the bell. And the bell then adds on those bonus points to his total score. So that's the way we want it to work. Now that means we've got to pass those bonus points from the main function into the bell function. We've got to transfer those bonus points, whether it's 10 or 50 or 50. Now we don't know which one it is. It depends on which one you hit last. So if we hit, that's why we transfer the word bonus. We've transferred the bonus, and that's set to either 10 or 50, and that's what's passed into the bell here. Now to do that, of course, first of all we put back in our bell again. If touching bell, we have to go now to the bell function. So let's just go down a bit here. So we collect our bonus points and then we hit the bell. Now if we're touching bell, what happens next? So we go to the bell function up here. Now the bell has to collect the bonus points somehow. We have to pass the bonus points in. So we right click on the bell, edit the bell, and we add a number, an input number. So there's going to be an input from the main program into the bell function, and it's going to take in a number. So we'll just hit OK for the moment. And now if you go down here, you'll see it should have changed. So now bell is expecting to be passed a number of some sort. So we're going to pass the bonus number to bell. So I'll go over to variables here and pull down the bonus number. So now bonus, whether it is 10 or 50, is now passed to the bell up here. And we have to call it something, given a name. So maybe edit this again. We can just call it something more meaningful, like my bonus or bonus. It doesn't matter. My bonus. Hit OK. And now what you want to do is add that. So we need to go to points under variables. So go to points and change points. So maybe put that in the middle of the code. Put that in the part of the code where he changes color and changes size. So you give him the bonus points all in one go. So change the bonus, change the points, the overall points for the game. By how much? Well, by whatever my bonus is. So I'll drag that bonus down here, and you can replicate it here. So the overall points for the game has now increased by whatever my bonus is, and my bonus can be 10 or 50 depending what happened in the game previously. And that's about it. Let's see if all that works. So we turn off the game, turn it on again. Now at the start, everything's set to 0. Bonus is set to 0. Points are set to 0. So let's try it. Now that's 10 points. That's 50 points if he hits the key. 10 or 50. Now this time when he goes to the bell, we want to pass. So at the moment we got 50 from the dragon we hit last. So we're taking those 50 points now to the bell. Now our overall points are now at 50, as you can see here. We're back to the start again. Now let's move around again. Let's hit the dragon again. He is now collected. Let me just see. Yeah, the dragon. Okay, back to the dragon. He has now collected 10 points again, 10 bonus points. Now let's take those 10 bonus points to the bell, and that should add on to the previous 50, which should give us 60. And there it is. And one last time, let's hit the key, which is worth 50 bonus points. Now we're going to take those 50 to the bell again, and that should add on to 60, which is 110 points altogether. So that's another example of how you use blocks in Scratch.